wishing on me. Yeah. I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story, shit was different with me. God's plan, God's plan. I hold back, sometimes I won't, yeah. I feel good, sometimes I don't, no. I finesse down Western Road, next. Might go down to G.O.D., yeah, wait. I go hard on Southside G, yeah, wait. I make sure that Northside eat. And still, bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah. Hey. She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mama, I'm sorry. 50 dub, I even got it tatted on me. 81, they'll bring the crashers to the party. And you know me, turn the 02 into the 03, dawg. Without 40 Ollie, there be no me. Imagine if I never met the broskies. God's plan, God's plan. I can't do this on my own, nope. Someone watching this shit close, yup, close. I've been me since Scarlet Road, Might go down as G.O.D., yeah, wait. I go hard on Southside G, wait. I make sure that Northside eat, yeah. And still, bad things. It's a lot of bad things that they wishing and wishing and wishing and wishing they wishing on me. Yeah.
Alrighty, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Golden State Warriors live play-by-play here on the YouTube channel. And tonight, our Golden State Warriors are back in action, and we are taking on one of our rivals, the Boston Celtics, here tonight at the Chase Center. Like I said, first game back post All-Star break. We have had a week off, but it is great to be back. We'll just see who's here in the live chat. We'll check the audio. Alright, we are good to go. Good to see all you guys back here in the live chat. I've missed it. We've had 7 days off. Obviously, we had no dubs in any of the All-Star events, so it's been a little while since we've seen any of our guys out there on the court. So I'm so keen to get into this second half of the season. Hopefully, we're about to see a little bit of a surprise playoff push from our dubs, but we're about 5 to 10 minutes away from jump ball here tonight. We've got a lot of things to talk about, some good stuff, some bad stuff, so we're going to get into all of that now. Firstly, let's talk about it. After acquiring him a few weeks ago from the Atlanta Hawks for Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield, Kristaps Porzingis is set to make his Warriors debut tonight. He'll be coming off the bench with one of his former teammates, Al Horford, as both of those guys come up against one of their former teams for the first time, that being the Boston Celtics. Obviously, Al and Porzingis both were a part of that 2024 championship team for Boston. So, yeah, I'm sure both of those guys will be excited to go up against some of their former teammates in guys like Derek White, Jaylen Brown, etc. But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what we get out of Porzingis tonight. Minutes and just overall production-wise. Obviously, you know, I'm not expecting much, and you guys also shouldn't be expecting too much from Porzingis. It'll probably take a few games before he gets adjusted into the Warriors system and finds his rhythm. Also as well with Porzingis, this is his first real NBA minutes since January 8th, back when the Hawks were taking on the Pelicans. And I think in that game, Porzingis had like 14 points or so. But since then, he's been out on the sidelines. So it'll take a little while for him to get going. So, definitely don't expect too much from him. But, I want to see a little glimpse of something. But, we go from the good news to, unfortunately, the bad news. Probably about 3-4 hours before tip-off for this game, we got some pretty bad news. Steph Curry, who missed the 5 previous games heading into the All-Star break, will now be out for roughly the first 4 to 5 games post-All-Star break. Yeah, not good at all. Originally, when Steph suffered this knee injury, it was looking like he was going to miss maybe 2-3 games, worst case scenario, and then come back for those final games versus Memphis and San Antonio, and then play the All-Star game and then roll into the second half of the season. We then found out, nope, there's going to be a little bit of a delay. They're shutting him down until the All-Star break. Maybe Steph plays in the All-Star game, gets some reps in, and then go ahead from there. We then found out, nope, he's not even playing in the All-Star game. And then obviously today we found out that, yeah, he's not even going to be playing post-All-Star break. So, yeah, a little bit of a concern there with Steph. Obviously, it's looking like the timeline for that injury is going to be a lot longer than we expected. So he's going to be reevaluated in 10 days. And across those 10 days, we play about 4 to 5 games and some big matchups in there too. Obviously, tonight, Boston. I think we played the Lakers again. So once again, we won't get to see Steph v. Bron. I think we play the Nuggets in a couple of days' time as well. So we're in some strife if, some guys on this team don't pick up the slack in the absence of Steph. So, yeah, we'll keep monitoring that. Obviously, it sucks, but, we're still going to show up. We're still going to support the other guys out there and hope they can keep pulling off these surprise wins. Because, obviously, in those 5 games without Steph, we're actually able to win a really clutch game versus Phoenix. And then, a crazy comeback versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And then obviously almost beat the Spurs as well, but ended up choking a 16-point lead. So, even though Steph isn't out there, this team, when their mind's, where it should be, can certainly win some games. So, yeah, obviously sucks, no Steph, but I'm still excited for this game. Like, this is still a winnable game in my opinion. Now, for you guys here in the live chat, definitely make sure to drop a like and feel free to comment down below, not only just your predictions for the score of this game, but also comment down below your Kristaps Porzingis stat line predictions. But now we'll do what we normally do, have a quick look at the injury report, the starting 5 for both teams before we do get into it. But yeah, Celtics coming in with some good form pre-All-Star break. They won 7. I think they went 7-3 in their last 10 games. Obviously, they're right up there in a pretty competitive top part of the Eastern Conference. But yeah, the last time we played the Celtics, it was a while ago, but we got an absolute blowout handed to us. The last time we played the Celtics, last season, we lost 125-85. But it's so crazy. So this morning, I was looking back at that last game versus Boston where we lost by like 50 points. And the starting 5 for the Warriors was Steph Curry, Dennis Schroeder, Andrew Wiggins, Gary Payton at power forward, and then Trace Jackson Davis. Now, 3 out of the 5 guys in those starting lineup, in that starting lineup for the Warriors, in that game we had last time we played Boston, have been traded. And then also as well, in that game, Porzingis was still with the Celtics. He would drop 18 points and 7 rebounds in that game. So we haven't played Boston in so long, and I'm excited for it. Obviously, we've had the rivalry with Boston for a little while now. 2022 NBA Finals, and then we've had some fierce, intense games in the regular season since then. Some have gone the Warriors' favor. Boston have unfortunately blown us out a few times as well. So, yeah, really got no idea how this one is going to play out. But I'm excited to see how it does. I'm mostly excited for the Porzingis debut. I do plan on making like a little video for you guys breaking down his debut. Obviously, just depends on kind of how he plays. If he doesn't really do much, there's not enough to make a video on. So we'll see how he goes. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Obviously, Celtics as well. They've made a new addition at the center position as well. Nikola Vucevic. So it looks like he's coming off the bench. So we'll see the two new centers go at it, Vucevic and Porzingis. But the injury, we'll start off with the injury report. The injury report for the Celtics, they are fully healthy, apart from Jason Tatum, who isn't listed as out for the season. There's a possibility he returns for the Celtics, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, outside of Tatum, who we already know is out and has been out for the majority of the season, well, all of the season up to this point so far, the Celtics are fully healthy, so they'll definitely be happy with that. And then for the Warriors, Jimmy Butler, who obviously had that ACL surgery, successful surgery, so the road to recovery is now on for Jimmy. Obviously, he's out. And then Steph, who we just spoke about, and Seth, who I was hoping might have been back in this game, but he'll probably take a little bit longer. And then the starting fives for the Celtics, they have... actually, no, we'll go to the Warriors starting five first, because it's actually it's the same starting lineup we had for the majority of the games prior to the All-Star break. So we've got Pat Spencer, DeAnthony Melton, Moses Moody, Guy Santos, and Draymond Green. I love that lineup for the Warriors. And then for the Celtics, they have Shireman, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Hauser, and then Cater as well. So I look at that starting five for the Celtics, and I'm not too concerned. Like, I look at it and I'm like, this is a winnable game for the Warriors. But then I look at it, I'm like, Derek White's having a good year. Cater, they've got some really good production out of him, a near double-double. You know, Hauser's having some good games. And Jaylen Brown's playing at an All-NBA level. So it's like, you look at that Celtics lineup and you're like, how are they doing so well? But, you know, when you actually watch them play, it's pretty understandable. They've got a good system in place, good coach in Joe Mazzulla. They've got good role players who can step up on any given night. And they've got Jaylen Brown, who this year is finally starting to get some of the credit he deserves. So they've actually been a quite entertaining team to watch this year. Now, obviously, I don't really like Boston simply because of the, you know, modern day rivalry we've had with them. But I give them credit where it's due. They've been pretty solid in recent times. Despite, you know, their best player in Jason Tatum being out. I thought the Celtics were going to have not a rebuilding year, but like kind of like a retooling year. It still feels like they are having a retooling year, but what's so impressive is their system's that good that they're still a top 4 team in the East, a top 10 team in the NBA. It's absolutely crazy. It's quite impressive. But yeah, let me know in the chat how we're feeling predictions-wise. Obviously, pretty excited for this one. I hope I'm not let down. I don't want to get blown out first game back from the All-Star break. That would be very flattening. But here we go. We're only a few minutes away here. Yo, what's up? Not too much. You know, been pretty quiet for myself over this past week. Obviously, no streams. I did just upload a Lonzo Ball video, you know, talking about whether he'll be the last signing for the Warriors. So that's linked at the top of the live chat if you want to check that one out. But other than that, a couple of shorts, you know, just planning my last few things for my San Francisco trip I'll be making in early April, late March, where I'm going to 3 Warriors games. It'll all be vlogged on the channel. So planning the last bit of that. And yeah, that's about it. Watched a little bit of the All-Star weekend. Not bad. It was definitely better than recent years, but, you know, still a long way to go. And that's been about it. Billy says, Warrior win tonight. We can only hope, my friend. We can only hope. We can only hope. Alright. We are about to get underway here. I'm excited for this one. I'm optimistic, but I feel like I shouldn't be. I feel like I shouldn't be, but we'll see. We'll see. We're going to need a lot of guys to step up. With Steph still out, we're going to need Pat to be out there hustling like a baby TJ McConnell. We're going to need a more efficient game from Melton. He had some pretty, you know, inefficient games coming into the starting lineup. We're going to need Moody to stretch the floor. We're going to need Guy to be that hustle guy. And then, you know, we're going to need a big defensive performance from Dre. And then hopefully we get a bit of production off the bench from Porzingis in his debut. Al come out and do a little bit against his former team. Pods as well. Richard, who been battling off and on with that knee. Hopefully, you know, we get a little bit out of him. Yeah, we'll see. All right. This game's NBA on Prime, so that's pretty interesting. Big time game here. There's been a lot of games in recent times that has been on like primetime TV, but unfortunately, injuries have just affected it. All right, starting lineups coming out here now for the Dubs. Chase Center looking packed. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get over there in April. My first ever home game. It's going to be awesome. It'll all be vlogged here on the channel, so you definitely won't want to miss out. And then, yeah, like I said, depending on how Porzingis plays today, we'll get a video out on his debut. All right, there he is, the man himself, Porzingis. So it'll be interesting to see kind of when he comes in. I think he'll come in probably, I'm going to predict that Porzingis comes in, I'm going to say about the 6 to 5 minute mark in the first quarter. I think they'll bring him in early, get the nerves out the way, just get him in there. And then maybe he won't play much in the second. I don't know, get him back in the third. If it's a close game, try and have him out there in the fourth. See what it looks like having him out there down the stretch. I have no idea. Steve Kerr probably has something in plan. I'm sure there's some minutes restriction around him. Maybe Steve Kerr wants to have him, you know, early in the game and then not playing much late. We'll see. We'll see. All right, here we go. Game about to get underway. A little bit of a delayed start to this game. Usually games start about 10 minutes after what they're supposed to start from. Like obviously on the NBA app it says this game's going to start at 7 p.m. It's already nearly 7:20 p.m. We haven't even got jump ball. Usually it's supposed to be like 10 minutes later than what it says on the app. But no, we got a big wind up here. Building up the hype in the Chase Center. So we need to get a win at home, man. We were 4-5. No, sorry. We lost 4 out of our last 5 at home before the All-Star break. So we've actually been playing better on the road recently, which is pretty weird. But yeah, hopefully tonight we can get a big home win. Second half of the season. Try and get this playoffs push going, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Draymond Green and Cater in the middle. And we are underway. Draymond wins the jump ball. Melton's going to get it here on the first possession. Here we go. A little bit of rust early on. Do factor that in. A week of not being out there on the court will have a bit of an effect. Although Moody! Not for Moses. He's back like he never left. Moses from downtown sinks the first bucket of the game. That is the start the Warriors would be looking for. Gonna be tough to find consistent scoring production with no Steph out there, no Jimmy. As Cater gets to the rim, throws it up, and will be fouled. Guy Santos bit on that pump fake there from Cater, which once that happened, it was already over. But I'm happy with that first play. Moses coming off that screen, off the catch, deep three, back of the net. Would love to get off to a good start here, and he misses the first free throw. Oh, Tatum's in the building. Tatum is in the building. Interesting to see. How far is he from a return? I'm very interested to see if Tatum will return or not. All right, he goes 1 or 2 from the line there. That's one of the big storylines of the season. Like, if he can come back less than, a year from when the injury initially happened, that's very impressive. Moody, another 3. Misses, and of course, some things just never change. Some things just never change. League Pass does its little 30-second lag. I went on ESPN and, God, it changed. Really? Fair enough. One thing I always hate, this always happens, there's like a 30-second patch where my League Pass just freezes and there's nothing I can do about it. Alright, we're back. We didn't miss out on any buckets there, so that's alright. At least we've got that. It usually happens once a game, so at least we've got that behind us now. Alright, so Derek White From the baseline, stolen by Santos off the inbound. Melton in transition. Hezzy step through off the bank. 5-1 start here for our Dubs. Not bad at all. White, Hauser, White, kick out back to Hauser. Screen for Jaylen Brown. He'll drive to the rim and he will lay that one in there. Could have gone for the dunk, but just decided to finger roll it in. Melton to the rim again! Back-to-back buckets at the rim for DeAnthony Melton. I said pre-game as Hauser will throw up a 3 and connect. 6-7 here. Woof. Entertaining start. But like I said, I wanted an efficient game from Melton, and we've got that so far. Draymond, Moody. Quick step there. Back to Dre. Pat's going to get the handoff and screen. He'll shoot a deep 3 and connects! Pat Spencer from deep. Warriors coming out, guns blazing here. How about that? Hauser, Brown, Moody on him. Draymond, Hauser. Good D from Draymond. Good D from Gee. But Jaylen Brown somehow gets the offensive rebound. And another offensive rebound. This time White. Shireman finally gets it to go. Took him, I think, 3 shots there to get it. Shot the first one, missed. Brown got the offensive rebound. He missed again. Then White got the offensive rebound. And then finally, he hits it. Speaking of offensive rebounds, Guy Santos gets one off the Dre miss. So now Moody will have the chance to reset. Off to Melton with 4. Now into Dre. Kick out Pat. Good ball movement. Although Spencer misses the 3. Yeah, 6-7. Oh, God. High screen for White. As Cater gets it off the roll. And just like that, Celtics now get the lead. Thanks to the Shireman 3 and then the Cater roll. Melton. Great start to the game for him. He's looked to attack the rim. Hand off to Spencer. A lot of handoffs here early for the Warriors. Looking to get those quick passes going. Moody with 3, with 2. Throws it up and gets the friendly bounce. Moses Moody. Good play here from the Warriors on the offensive end early as Jaylen Brown throws it up with the left hand and looks at his bench as they get up and about for him. Beautiful shot there from Brown. Melton a deep 3. Oh, DeAnthony Melton! Rain it in! Boom! How about this Warriors offense? The boys are coming to play. Is Draymond playing? He sure is. The only Warriors out, Jimmy, Steph, and Seth as D. White. Beautiful pull-up. Jay, man, what an entertaining ball game we got here early, chat. Let me know how we're feeling down below in the live chat. Oh, Melton nearly loses it. Saves it. One more to Moody. Back to Draymond. Corner 3. And he airballs. Oh, my God, Dre. Oh, my God. How's a deep 3? Misses. Long rebound, Melton. Drags it in. Off to Pat Spencer. So 6 minutes. We're halfway through the first. We're keeping an eye out on that bench as Spencer misses the step back. Jay, we're keeping an eye out on that bench. We're waiting to see. When does Porzingis get up? I think probably Pajemski and Gary might come in before Porzingis. We'll see what happens here off this timeout. White scores and it'll be a timeout for Steve Kerr. Yeah, I'm assuming this will be the point where probably Pajemski and maybe a Gary Payton come in. I would say normally like a Quinton Post, but yeah, his role like vanished pre-All-Star break. So we'll see if kind of what Quinton's role looks like here in the second half of this season. But yeah, I'm assuming probably like Pajemski and Gary come in, maybe an Al. I don't think we're quite at the point of Porzingis minutes yet. I reckon give it another 2 to 3 minutes. I think they'll probably bring him in the last few minutes of the first. But yeah, man, what a start to this game. Melton and Moody doing the heavy hitting. Those guys have combined for 13 of our 15 points. Melton in particular, 3 of 3. And I said it pre-game, I would love to see an efficient game from Melton. And so far, he's shooting at 100%. So we love that. We love that. How are we feeling in the chat? Like, let me know what you guys are thinking. I mean, I couldn't have thought for a better start here. Like, I don't think you could have actually started better at all, to be honest. Especially on the offensive end. Like, yeah, Boston are in the lead, but, you know, considering Steph's out, who gives us 27 a game. Jimmy's out, who gives us 20 a game. And then even Seth was giving us like 5 to 7. So that's like nearly 60 points a game sitting on the sideline at the moment. And we're right there with a pretty damn good team. Now, of course, they're missing their, 25 to 30 a game from Tatum. But still, they've still got some serious talent out there, particularly Jaylen Brown, who we spoke about pre-game, having a really, really good year. Good to see him finally at the flowers he deserves, man. He's been a good player for a while, but it always feels like he's just been in Tatum's shadow. But, yeah, I'm very interested to see. I'm trying to see if we can see what substitutions they've made or if it's too early. I'm having a look here on the real app. I want to see if they bring in Porzingis or not. Let's have a look. It doesn't... No, let's have a look. Porzingis... Nah, it doesn't look like Porzingis will be coming in. I don't think Porzingis will be coming in just yet. Yeah, I thought he might have come in at maybe the halfway point of the first quarter, but nah, they'll probably give him a little bit more time. Especially if he is on those... why is League Pass doing this? It's lagging like every minute. This is really frustrating. Like, I pay $30 a month and it just freezes. Seriously. Come on now. And it takes like 10 seconds as well to get restart, go into the game, click on it. I might as well have it up on my phone ready just in case as well. Alright. We didn't miss anything, luckily. Alright, so we'll see who comes in for both teams. Obviously, Boston have got some guys off their bench too. Jordan Walsh playing alright. Obviously, Vucevic as well. Alright, it is Vucevic. Yeah. Vucevic. Obviously... Oh, wait! Yeah, Peyton Pritchard as well. I forgot he's coming off the bench. So Boston have got some good guys off their bench, like I was saying. It's Podziemski. Oh! What is going on? We cannot miss. And I was about to say for the Warriors, Podziemski and Horford come in. But Pods beat me to it as he cashed in that 3. Man. Brown. Kick out. And good shot there. Celtics also shooting the ball really well here early on. They've got a 2-point lead. Oh no, Shireman with the steal, and he barely throws down the dunk, but did get the dunk to go. Made the shot, it's the most important thing. It was a good steal. Read it well. Alright, Warriors down by 4 here. We don't want to let the Celtics get a little bit of a lead on us. We want to try and keep this one close all night long. Melton, hand off to Dre, not a great pass. Dre with 2, Horford has to throw it up. No, gives it to Melton, but Melton didn't realize because he wasn't facing the basket that there was only a second remaining when he caught it. So that's going to be a shot clock violation. So, couple of turnovers there in a row for the Warriors. Steal on the previous play from Shireman, and then, yeah, pretty silly shot clock violation from the Warriors. Melton didn't realize there was no time for him. I thought Horford was going to shoot it. I mean, it probably wasn't a great pass from Horford, although I was going to say the Warriors got a steal off the inbound, but it's going to be a foul there. Alright, so Jordan Walsh coming in. No Porzingis yet. Anytime I see the bench, I'm waiting to see if Porzingis is getting up, taking off the warm-up suit, but no, not yet. Alright, here we go. Peyton Pritchard. Here's Vucevic, Vucci main. Having some good games with the Celtics so far. Speaking of him, misses that top of the key 3. But another offensive rebound for the Celtics. This is why we need Porzingis out there. Get some of those defensive rebounds, although it doesn't matter. The Celtics turn it over. Pod's looking to inbound quickly here. While that Celtics defense isn't set. Pods bringing it up quickly. Looking to get things moving. A couple of substitutions for the Warriors. Will Richard comes in and cashes a 3. Man, this Warriors offense is alive. 5 of 10 from deep. That's once again the same case as when Podziemski came in and hit that 3. I was about to go through the substitutions for the Warriors, but they beat me to it. So like I was trying to say, Richard and Gary come in. So the only starter still out there for the Warriors is Moses Moody, who's been really good as Podziemski off the side of the backboard there. Had a couple of bad misses, but there's going to be a little bit of rust from me streaming and the guys out there on the court. You know, a week off. It'll take a bit of time to get rolling here. Brown's doubled. Kick out Walsh. And he cashes in the corner 3 in front of the Celtics bench. So now a little 6-point lead here for Boston on the road. You want to start things off well when you're on the road, and Boston have done that for sure. But the Warriors have been right there. Horford a 3. Misses off back iron, gets his own long offensive rebound, throws up the floater, misses. Walsh the rebound, out in transition, throws it down. Jordan Walsh, what a play. It beat everyone to the rebound and then just blew by everyone. Broke past the traffic. Moody a 3, misses. That's an air ball there. But Richard with the steal off the rebound. What is going on? Will Richard, the rookie out of Florida, with a college hustle-like play, as Brown can't get the 3 to fall in. Horford with the rebound, off to Podziemski. This is crazy. Ball swinging everywhere. Horford, back to the basket. Horford v. Vucevic, as Horford misses the little hook. I think that was personal for Horford. He was saying, you're my replacement, I'm going to attack you. As a great shot there from Jaylen Brown. He's been fantastic in this ballgame so far. Jaylen Brown with the early 6 points here. Richard coming off the screen. High arcing 3. Misses off front iron. And the smaller Pritchard beats Horford, the former teammate, to the rebound. Brown now has space on the left side. Spins past Richard. And that's going to be Brown's 8th point of this first quarter. Just like that, the Celtics are up by 10. Great move there from Jaylen Brown. Spin move past 2 defenders. Warriors are struggling to contain Jaylen Brown here early. Payton a high arcing 3, and he rattles it in. Man, the only reason why the Warriors are still there with the Celtics, because of that 3-point shooting. 6 of 14 here. Speaking of a 3-point shot, Pritchard misses that one. So at minute 42, still no Porzingis yet. Podziemski a 3, misses. Pod's had a good start, but has definitely quieted down since. But yeah, still no Porzingis up on his feet yet, so potentially won't play in the first quarter. I do see Guy Santos, so that's going to be a foul there off the lob catch on, I think, Richard there. Richard on Vucevic. So it'll be a timeout for Boston here. They'll call their first one of the game. But yeah, it looks like Guy Santos was standing up and was the next one to come back into the game. Yeah, Guy, been playing good recently. Hasn't scored in this one so far yet, but I'm sure he'll have an impact as the game goes on. But, I mean, maybe with the timeout, we could see Porzingis get in. I'm excited. I just want to see Porzingis get out there. Even if it is just for the final minute of this quarter. Alright. And I'm just making sure to write down some notes as well. For when Porzingis hopefully does come out. Like I said, I'm probably going to make a video breaking down Porzingis' debut. Like some game analysis. Oh my god. My god. We always have a Porky Pig moment every stream where I just mutter out words. But yeah, game analysis, break down kind of what the offense looks like and defense looks like with Porzingis out there. If he plays well. Like if he only plays like 10 minutes and has 2 points, obviously I might just make it short, but not like a full video. Because I got the day off work tomorrow, so obviously got the rest of the day off here today, and then got all of tomorrow off. So I've got time to make a video if, you know, it's worth doing so. So let me know in the chat if it's something you guys do want to see. And if you haven't already, definitely make sure to drop a like and also subscribe if you're new. We are on the road to 2K subscribers, hopefully in the second half of this season. And as well, if you haven't already, do make sure to check out my new video breaking down potentially, you know, will Lonzo Ball be the final signing / roster piece for this Warriors team in the second half of the year. That's linked at the top of the live chat. The Warriors are absolutely terrible without Curry. I don't know if we're going to win any of these games without him. I'm sorry, but I don't see the Warriors winning these 5 games without Curry. Nah, we'll win at least one. Like, we're not gonna lose all 5. I mean, we could lose all 5, but we should win at least one. So the 5 games without Curry, including this one. So we have Boston, Denver, which that's probably going to potentially be a loss. But then we have the Pelicans and Memphis. Now, we just beat Memphis. The Pelicans, we'll see who plays. The Lakers, that'll be a tough task, but we almost beat them not too long ago, like a week or so ago. And then we have the Clippers, who are currently in a bit of a tanking process. So, I mean, yeah, like we could win at least one of those games. I'd hope we'd want to at least win 2. You know, we won 2 games in the 5 pre-All-Star break without Curry. So if we can win 2 post-All-Star break without Curry, I'd be happy with that. But yeah, the month of March, man, it's going to be tough. We have a lot of road games, like a lot of road games. We have mid-March a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6-game road trip over like the span of like a week and a half. So yeah, that'll be tough. All right, here we go off the timeout. Is Porzingis in? No, we've got Pajemski, Spencer, Richard, Gee, and Al. A 3 there for the Celtics. Misses. And Horford with the rebound. Would love to see Horford and Porzingis out there together, coming up against their former team where they won an NBA championship together. Obviously taking down the Mavericks. Crazy how that was already a few seasons ago now. Step back. Pump fake there from Richard. Off to Santos. Has the smaller defender on him as Santos flips it up but can't get the friendly bounce. And now in transition, Harper Jr. cashes it in. Ron Harper Jr. That's his second 3 of the game here. Celtics with 5 threes in the first quarter. The Warriors with 6. So both teams with really no rust shooting-wise, which has been good to see. It's been a high-scoring, entertaining first quarter here on offense for both teams. Speaking of offense, Richard has been elite. He cashes in the deep 3. That's big for the Warriors. Brings it back to 7. It was starting to slip away a little bit. But yeah, I've loved what Richard has brought off the bench here. Obviously, we didn't know if he was going to 100% play, battling that knee. White misses the floater. 10 seconds here for the Warriors' final possession. 7, 5, 4, 3. Richard wide open. Step back 3. Richard. Oh! Will Richard, the rookie. Butter. Woo! Come alive, son. You reach, he'll teach. Richard with 11 first quarter points off the bench. Top scorer for the Dubs. Including 3 big-time triples. And, man, we were down by like 10 there a few minutes ago. And just like that, hang on, I want to see what we were down by. So, yeah, we were down by 10 at the 2:14 mark. And now it's only a 4-point game, thanks to the brilliance of Will Richard. He's got no fear, that guy, and I absolutely love it. He's got that high-arcing release, similar to kind of JP, Jordan Poole's shot. Speaking of Jordan Poole, let me show you guys what I finally got in the mail. I need to show you guys this, because it's pretty funny. So, let me explain. I don't know if you guys can even still hear me over there. So, basically, some of you guys might have seen some of the short form content I posted about Jordan Poole and the New Orleans Pelicans coming to my country, Australia, Melbourne, to play a preseason game versus one of our NBL teams, Melbourne United. I went to that game to support Jordan Poole. Had never seen him in person before, and obviously, you know, when I went to my Warriors game last season, he was long gone off the team. But he's one of my all-time favourite players. So I'm like, of course, I'm going to go to the game in Melbourne to see him play. Also, just to see an NBA game here in Melbourne in person. And I ordered a jersey probably 2 weeks before the Pelicans came to Melbourne to play. I wanted to get a Jordan Poole Warriors jersey to wear at the game, show some love. And it ended up taking like 3+ months to get here. It got delayed about 4 times, but it's finally here. And how beautiful is it? It's got the 75th logo, JP3 on the back. These are my all-time favorite one of my all-time favorite Warriors jerseys. The 2022 City Edition Thunderbolt jerseys, just beautiful, fierce, all the little details on it. How beautiful is it? But I never got to wear it at the Pelicans game when JP played. But I might bring it with me when I go to San Fran next month. I might even wear it at a game, low-key. It's a beautiful jersey, man. It's probably one of my favorites in my collection. But alright, second quarter. Hopefully the Porzingis debut is coming. But yeah, I've got a really nice jersey rotation for the games I'm going to in San Fran next month. I got a Steph rookie jersey that I'll wear. I'm going to buy maybe a Pat Spencer jersey or a Geese Santos or a Melton. I want to get one of the Roll Guys' jerseys to wear to one game, and then I might even wear that Poole jersey to one as well. So I'm going to 3 games to start off April. So we play the Cavs, the Spurs on a back-to-back, and then I'm also going to Warriors v Rockets. So it'll be a long trip from Melbourne to San Fran. Oh, here we go! Porzingis is in, chat! Here we go, hang on. We'll talk about that later on at halftime. Porzingis is in. Here we go, Kristaps Porzingis. Warriors debut. He's starting off here in the second quarter. Coming up against the new Celtics center, Nikola Vucevic. Here we go, Tingus Pingus debut. Here we go, Pritchard. White. Screen for White, back to Pritchard. Corner 3, the closeout from Porzingis. And he gets a 3. Knocked down on his dome straight away. Kristaps Porzingis couldn't get the closeout there. Here we go. First offensive possession for Porzingis. Spencer, get it in his hands. Draymond, I know Dre will pass it to him. Oh no. That's going to be a foul. Lucky there. I thought it was going to be a turnover. I was going to say, what a terrible start that would be for Porzingis. Getting a 3 hit on your face and then turning it over on the catch. Alright, so we'll see how Porzingis looks. Spencer, Dre, back to Pat. Alright, we got Porzingis in the low post. If we can get it to him. 2 seconds for Spencer. He'll rise, he'll miss, and Porzingis nearly gets the offensive rebound. Got a hand on it, but it went out of bounds. Celtics ball. So White off to Pritchard. White back to Pritchard. A little bit of 1-2, 1-2. Screen by Vucevic. They don't want to respect the roll. Instead, it'll end up in the corner. Wide open. And the Celtics now bring that lead right back out to 9 points. No, it's out to 10 now. That was a 3. Here we go. Porzingis. Ball in hand. Gives it off to Moody. Moody out to Dre. Good ball movement. Draymond pump fake back to Pat Spencer. And he rolls it in. How about that ball movement with Porzingis out there, chat? Great ball movement. Good work there by Draymond. Porzingis, Pat all getting involved. Pritchard a step in 3. And that is a snipe Oh my god, that barely hit the net. That was an aggressive three. Porzingis, here we go, off to Dre. That's going to be a turnover. He does look a little bit kind of awkward out there, Porzingis, but obviously hasn't played in a month. New team, new system, new sets. It's going to take a little while. Good D from Porzingis, although Pritchard actually does end up blowing by him. So, hasn't been the greatest start from Tingus Pingus, but that's alright. Get the confidence into him. Draymond, hand off to Richard, who had 11 in the first. And misses that first shot there of the second quarter. Hot start, though, for the Celtics here in this second. They now have a pretty big lead. I'm not going to lie. Warriors haven't looked good with Porzingis out there so far. I think there's a chance that Steve might call a timeout, and he does. Alright, so not a good start to this second quarter here. The Celtics have come out the blocks, outscoring the Warriors by 11. Let me read some in this chat. How the heck is Al Horford really not able to score on that weak center? Yeah, Vucevic is one of the worst defensive rated centers, but he's not terrible out there because he's really good offensively, stretched the floor, got a good float game, so it does even out. But yeah, the Celtics will definitely make Vucevic's defense better because they've got a really good defensive system to the Celtics. So naturally, you know, even if you're a bad defender, you know, you play for a good defensive team, you're naturally going to be better on defense. Whereas with Chicago, they just had like zero defense at all. So I think that made Vucevic look a little bit worse out there defensively. But I think Vucevic has been alright so far for the Celtics. I reckon he's been pretty good. Yeah, Simons was alright, but I didn't think they needed a player like Simons. Like, you've already got White, you've already got Pritchard. You know, you probably needed to address that center position a little bit. So they've done that, and it's a good move. If Tatum comes back, like the Celtics, they could go on a Cinderella run in the playoffs. Brent Pajemski is absolutely garbage at basketball. Why is he still on the Warriors roster? Because he's still young with potential. He's still young with potential. And you never want to sell on a player. You never want to sell low on a player. What the Warriors should have done is traded him a while ago for Lauri Markkanen, but they didn't do that. They didn't want to sell high on him, so now it's like you don't also want to sell low on him, so blocking it. Alright, here we go off the timeout. Is Porzingis still out there? Alright. Here we go. Second quarter. We need to get on a roll here, man. We're not off to a good start. Not off to the greatest start in this second quarter. Boston with a 9-point advantage here in the second term. I think it's 13-2. Alright. Long time out here, but we are back.
Time now for From the Wing, presented by Wingstop. Well, I know the three-point percentage is down this year, but Peyton Pritchard's impact on this basketball team has been nothing short of remarkable. He's one of the best.
All right.
He is the best isolation.
Brandon Pajemski should have been traded at the deadline. He needs to be cut. But the Warriors would never cut him. Porzingis out to Draymond, and he misses. Garza with the rebound, off to Pritchard. Pritchard step back three, misses as Vucevic over Draymond. Obviously the mismatch in height there. Vucevic able to just grab it over Dre. Porzingis getting doubled here. Kick out to Melton in the corner off the side of the backboard. Oh my god. Pritchard's been on fire tonight. You know, Pritchard's numbers, like, especially... Oh, that's an air ball there for the Celtics. Porzingis' first shot as a Warrior misses. Damn. First shot for Porzingis is a miss. White a 3. Misses off back iron. And Porzingis a rebound. We're going to win the championship. We have a center who can rebound. Although we turn it over straight away. Oh my god. In transition. White. Hauser. Vucevic. Easy cut to the lane. Who is on Vucevic? He is dominating. We're now nearly down by 20 points. Just like that. This second quarter has been a colossal collapse. Man, it has not been a good start for Porzingis. Only with the 1 rebound so far, and he is negative 15 in the box plus minus. Damn, man, we were off to a good start too. But it's a 15-point swing here for the Celtics in this second quarter. They've only scored 2 points in only half a quarter. Oh, man. Like, I don't know why Richard's not out there. Like, he has 11 points, was our best player in that first quarter. And he's only barely played here in this second. I thought Horford was really good. You know, I wouldn't mind getting Horford back out there. And I thought Gee was also, despite not scoring, pretty good as well. I think, yeah, Draymond's been a little bit disappointing. He's yet to score. Gee's yet to score. Horford's yet to score. Porzingis is yet to score. So, yeah, we're going to need a little bit more if we're going to want to do something here in this second half. Otherwise, this could be our second consecutive blowout loss to the Celtics. Obviously, the last time we played them was a long time ago. Well over a year ago, before the trade deadline where we got Jimmy Butler. But, yeah, it could still technically be 2 consecutive blowout losses in a row. We don't play the Celtics too often, so it's disappointing when we finally get to play them, we just get blown out. But, you know, we've still got time. We've had some big comebacks in recent games, even without Steph. I think we came back by 17 against Memphis in that fourth quarter. Had, I think, like 13 or something plus point comeback versus Phoenix. So, you know, we definitely can come back. So I'm not, like, dead and buried in this game already. You know, I still got a bit of hope. But, I mean, yeah, this second quarter has been, I guess the only way you can describe it is a complete disaster. Like, 2 points here only. For a full nearly half a quarter of action. And Boston haven't slowed down at all. They've put up, I think, 17 on our heads. So, yeah, 15-point swing here in this second quarter so far. And just like that, we're down by 19 points. It's funny how we're down by 20 and they're trying to do like a crowd pump up. I'm sure the crowd is not pumped right now. Down by 20. I'm assuming they'll take Porzingis off, to be 100% honest. Yeah, so they're just talking about Steph right now. So they had an MRI. There's no structural damage, but he's still just sore. Runner's knee. I'm going to write that down. I want to have a look at this at halftime. Runner's knee. We're going to just put that tab up just for halftime. We'll have a bit of a dive into what this Steph injury actually could be. I've heard of runner's knee, but I don't know too much about it. So we'll have a look at that at halftime. All right, come on. Porzingis off the court. Let's get going. We've got Allen, who's a bit more acclimatized to this Warriors offense. Horford. Richard. Misses the 3. Damn, we've gone cold here. 17-2 Boston run. Misses. There's a good hustle there from Gee. In transition, Euro spin. Kick it out, Gee. Richard. Back to Gee. Gee with Brown on him. But blows right past him. And White comes across for the help defense. Blocks it, but Richard was able to get the ball back and be fouled on the putback attempt. Damn, man. What's going on? What's going on? For some reason, we just perform terribly at home when Steph's not playing. Like, for some reason, we play better on the... As Richard does in the first free throw. For some reason, we seem to play better on the road without Steph than we do at home without Steph, which is so weird. Alright, 2-2 for Will. He's been our best player here tonight. So we're 1 of 7 here in this second quarter. Celtics 7 of 11. So that will tell you the full story here. Unfortunately, the Horford-Porzingis duo was yet to be seen out there on the court because Porzingis, as a good shot there from Cater, as Porzingis goes out, Horford comes in. I want to see both those guys out there together. I'm also surprised no post minutes. He's just sitting at the end of the bench. Alright, that's going to be a foul there, I think, on Gonzalez. A little bit too much there on Horford. Alright, so first personal. Going to be Warriors ball, side out of bounds, down by 19. Oh my lordy lord, what is going on, chat? We're down by 19. So they called it on Gonzalez initially, but now it looks like it's going to be on Horford. So now they're going to see if it's actually, I think, a flagrant here on Horford. He had a little bit of elbow contact to the face of Gonzalez, but Gonzalez was initiating the contact by putting his arm around Horford's. I don't get how that's, let alone a foul on Horford, let alone a flagrant. Just writing down my notes about Porzingis. Yeah, I'm just writing down my notes about the Porzingis debut. Alright. This better not be a flagrant on us, I swear. What a joke of a show by the Warriors at home this is. Okay, so okay. So, okay, good work there from the officials. Good work from the officials. No flagrant foul on Horford. It'll be a foul on Gonzalez. Side out of bounds Warriors ball, and Horford gives a pat there to the rookie saying, "Smart play, young fella." Obviously, Horford, one of the most experienced players in the NBA. I think he's like the 3rd or 4th oldest player in the league now, only behind guys like LeBron. Okay, so after the challenge, we're going to get some more time off. We've got a timeout here. I don't know if that was a Warriors timeout. Okay, so no, it's a Boston timeout, and they're reviewing the call. So the officials had a look at the replay to see if it was a flagrant on Horford, because anytime there's any like face contact, they have a look at it. They saw that it wasn't a flagrant on Horford, so they called the foul on the rookie Gonzalez. But now Boston are challenging if it was even a foul by Gonzalez. We're down by 19, that's all I gotta say. But yeah, Boston are challenging the call, which makes no sense, because if the officials just reviewed it, how are they going to overturn it? Unless I'm completely wrong, but... That is going to be the weirdest sequence I have seen in a while. So many, like, challenges, back and forths. So whose balls are going to be? Just get it back underway. I don't care. Give it to Boston. Give it to us. I'm sick of all this back and forth. Now Steve Kerr is saying to the officials, is this a flop? Can we check it for a flop? Just give the ball to one side and get it going. We're down by 19. We don't have time to waste.
Hugo, though, and his impact on what Boston has done this year. This is a 20-year-old rookie from Spain who came over, and there was not a lot of expectations that he would see any minutes for what it is that Joe was going to do this year. But I'll tell you what, his defensive instincts, 3.1 deflections per game, 3.1 deflections per
All right. I think it's going to be Warriors ball, but we're still waiting. This has got to be the longest stopping play ever. Oh, my goodness. To me, it could go either way, so I understand. Oh, my God. So it is an offensive foul. So all that time just for it to be Celtics ball anyways. And Joe Mazzulla's having a laugh about it, and so is everyone out there on the court, because that's ridiculous. They should have just given the ball to the Celtics in the first place.
smiling. Look at the reaction from Hugo to go over high-five the bench. And Steve Kerr's beside himself. So Boston enjoying the overturn on the clamp.
I don't know, man. Please, Steph, come back. I'm sick of this. Alright. I'm just happy the game's back underway. It's Boston ball. Dubs down by 19. Can we get anything going here? Brown. Gary pokes it, but Brown retains possession. Now doubled off to White. And great pass to Cater, but blocked by Horford. Offensive rebound by the Celtics. And Shireman misses a three. Good stop by the Warriors. Ball don't lie. Ball don't ever lie. Horford a deep three. Misses. Man, the Warriors could have missed from deep early, and now we can't get anything to connect. We need to get this to at least like 10 points at halftime to have any slight shot in this ball game. Brown at mid-range. Misses. Podziemski with the defensive rebound. Bringing it up quickly. Pods to Horford in the corner to Gee. Swing past Horford. Now has the smaller White on him. He attacks, but can't get the shot to fall. It's been a terrible game from Al. He just can't get anything to fall. He's now 0 of 5. Although he does block that shot there. He's been good defensively, Horford, but offensively, he just cannot find the bottom of the net. As Richard, reverse layup is good. He's been our best player so far. Love that from Will Richard as Brown a three misses. He can't buy a three either here, Jaylen Brown. So both teams three ball gone ice cold. Back to the basket here. Santos, Podziemski gets the bait on the pump fake. Richard corner three. Off front iron misses. Gets his own offensive rebound. Podziemski. Horford another three. Finally! It's been a long time coming for Horford. 0 of 5 to begin this ball game. Finally finds the bottom of the net. Good work from Podziemski to get that read there. And yeah, Richard as well. Hustling off his own miss. And that's going to be Warriors ball. Turnover there. Will Richard. Don't tell me you're taking him off Steve Kerr. I swear to God.
And you see Will with that left hand coming down and off of Jaylen Brown's right knee. And so Golden State with a little bit of life here.
Okay, I thought he was taking Will Richard off the court for a second there. I was going to say, like, bro, I'm done if he does. Because he has brought life to this Warriors team tonight, Will Richard. Got the deflection there off Jaylen Brown, and Brown touched it last. So Will Richard coming up with a big stop there on an All-NBA caliber guy. As Gary couldn't get the catch there by Gee. It wasn't the greatest pass. Brown out to Vucci Main. Off to Derek White. Swing past Shireman. Got Podziemski on the pump fake. Kick out Brown. Brown attacking through three defenders, but blocked by his former teammate, Al Horford. I will say, although he hasn't been good offensively, defensively, Horford has been really good. How many blocks is he up to tonight, Horford? That's his second block now. Good work. Oh! They called a foul? Oh, I was going to say, I thought he already had 2 blocks, but they called a foul. That's why it hasn't come up. Oh my god. Things have not gone our way so far here with the whistle. That looked like a clean block and a half. But no, it's going to be a foul on Jaylen Brown. Brown, the second free throw is good. So now the Celtics still up big here. Warriors went on a little bit of a run, but Jaylen Brown steadying the ship here for Boston, putting up 29 a game this year. With all the injuries, you know, all these star guys probably not going to hit the 65 game mark. Like Curry, like Wembanyama, probably like Jokic. I think it's a very high chance Jaylen Brown probably ends up on like the second team All-NBA once the year's said and done. Santos a step back three, misses, and Shireman with the rebound. He's been good. That pass wasn't good though. Threw it up in the air for Vucevic, but didn't have time to catch it and set his feet. So Warriors ball here. Santos, 2-on-1. Gee getting doubled, still shoots. And it has not been a good night from Guy Santos either. Had a great stretch of basketball pre-All-Star break, because that's an and one for Jaylen Brown over the man we were just talking about, Guy Santos, who, yeah, like I said, had a really good patch of basketball pre-All-Star break, but tonight hasn't come out to play. He's also 0-5. Damn, Jaylen Brown, this guy is a beast. This will be his 13th, and I think, no, just one free throw. So it'll be his 13th point of the night if he hits this. Trash game by the Warriors. Yeah, not great. Not great. Not great at all. I was hoping for a little bit more. I thought this was going to be close, but we're clearly seeing that Boston is a level ahead of us. Man, the things I would do to get a Jaylen Brown on our basketball team. That guy is special. So it's back to 19. So after all that work to get it semi back in play, Boston have a little 1 minute run and it's back to 19. Podziemski bounce pass to Gee, and he finally gets one to go. Similar to Al Horford, after going 0-5, finally gets the bottom of the net. Alright, so 2:50 remaining. Can the Warriors get a bit of a surge here? Brown to the rim. Throws it up and misses once again. He's looking to attack his former teammate Horford a lot here. But Al Horford, good defense. Oh, Porzingis is back in! Porzingis throws it down! First bucket as a Warrior. I said it before. Get Porzingis and Horford out there together. Good three there. That's from 28 feet there by Peyton Pritchard. But I was saying it before. Get Horford and Porzingis out there together. There's a reason why when those two were out there on the floor, Boston would go on to win the NBA championship. Richard. Gee, come on! Misses. Oh, that would have fired us up. Hey, at least Porzingis has scored though. Vucevic. Can't hit it. Pritchard, the offensive rebound. That's a travel. Yep, Pritchard couldn't get that foot set. That's definitely a trouble. I don't know what Joe Mazzulla's having a sook about. That's certainly a trouble, mate. Don't know if this is your first day watching basketball, but you can't take your pivot foot off the ground. Pretty sure that's common knowledge. I love that when it's like a clear call, but the coach on the sidelines like flipping their shit for nothing. Alright, so Porzingis, hands on his hips. He's already gassed. It's going to take a while for him to get back to full fitness. But I was happy with that previous play there, him getting his first bucket. Screened by Porzingis for Podziemski. Ends up giving it out to Horford. Gee. Screen. Oh no, Porzingis runs into Gee. And that's almost going to be a turnover. Richard. Porzingis for three. Caught by the cheese. Porzingis. Cash it in. How about that? Hauser. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh my god, Boston, you're killing me. Hey, that's good from Porzingis though. Here he is again, Porzingis. Turns it over. Oh no. Oh no, I got excited there for a second. I thought, here we go. Porzingis. The assignment, he comes across. Leaves his assignment in Vucevic. A lot of ball movement here from Boston. Oh my god, Peyton Pritchard. Chill out, bro. Oh my god, that's his 13th point of this first half. His third triple. Give it a break. Give us a chance at least. Get your three. Connects. Gets that one to fall. So 40 seconds left. Has to be perfect execution here from the Dubs. Both teams knocking down 11 threes in this first half. 22 combined. That's not bad at all. Pritchard, oh my god, get the ball out of this guy's hands. Hauser, oh my god. Boston have got 72 points. They're on track for like 144 points. We finally get the ball out of Pritchard's hands, but then I forget. They've also got Hauser who can hit threes, Brown who can hit threes, Vucevic who can stretch to the floor. Everyone out there at the moment, and White as well, can hit threes for Boston. Porzingis, step back mid-range, misses, and Brown with the rebound. Warriors are down by 21, chat. Sheesh, man. Pritchard, oh no, with 4, with 3, with 2, pull up Jay, hits it. Peyton Pritchard, 15 in this first half. 1.6 remaining. Bajemski, get it up from half court. Air balls, oh my god. Boston on track for 148 points. Oh my god. Now, I'm going to do what I always do at halftime. Quick break. I'm just going to fill up my bottle, have a quick breather. So I'll be back in a minute. Any thoughts you guys have here on this first half, put it down below. Once we get back, first half recap, and then we'll talk a bit about that Steph injury, that runner's knee. So, yeah, just give me like a minute or two, and I'll be back. Obviously, we got 20 minutes till the second half starts, so I'll be back in a minute.
Hungry Jack's new deluxe burger is here. You ready to take on the Philly Cheese Deluxe? 2 flame-grilled Aussie beef patties, thinly shaved Philly beef, and oozy cheese sauce. Go on, champ. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
With holiday rentals and hotels, Booking.com has something for everyone.
Hey, Sal! You got anything in your boutique?
Oui, right this way.
What about something more family-friendly?
Maybe a resort with a water park?
Or somewhere less family-friendly?
Yep, one luxury hotel for the bride-to-be.
What if we hate everything?
No worries, we have free cancellation. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, Booking.com.
All right. We are back. How are we feeling? Alright, we gotta turn this down. Alright, let me know in the chat. How are we feeling? I mean, I don't expect anyone to say good. Hasn't been a good start to this game at all. Down by a lot at halftime. Down by a lot. For some reason, it seems like we keep getting blown out by Boston. They always seem to know what to do against us after that 2022 finals. But let's just have a look at kind of what's gone wrong. You know, player stats, game stats, all that type of stuff. All right. Let's get the real app up. All right. Well, the big thing is just the second quarter overall, 33-19. That is crazy. Oh no, sorry, 38-19. It updated there. They went on an 11-3 run to end off the first half, and now they're up by 23, which is disappointing because, you know, late in that first quarter, heading into the second quarter, Warriors went on a run. They got it back. It was at 10 points. They got it back to 4, and it was like, here we go, game on. Porzingis will come in the second quarter. We'll get going. This will be a close, competitive game. But Boston just absolutely blew us out there in that second quarter. And Boston are shooting the ball lights out. They're 29 of 52 from the field, 56%. And they're 12 of 26 from deep, 46%. And I think that's one of the deadly things about Boston. When they're on fire, everybody on that team can hit threes. Brown can hit threes. Pritchard can hit threes. White can hit threes. Hauser can hit threes. And Vucevic can hit threes. That's a deadly five out there, because literally from top to bottom, all of those guys can hit threes. And we saw that. White 0-2, but you know, Brown 0-3 as well. But they can hit those shots. Pritchard 3 of 6. Hauser 3 of 4. Vucevic 1 of 2. And then even off the bench, now Shireman hit 1. Walsh hit a 3. Harper Jr. hit 2. Gonzalez hit a 3. So Boston, they've got shooters. But yeah, they've got an absolute killer leading this team. Jaylen Brown, 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists here in this first half. Not a near, but a close to triple-double at halftime. Absolutely ridiculous. I said it pre-game, this guy is one of the best players in the league. It's good to see him finally get that recognition. Unfortunately, you know, it sucks that we have to have him demolish us here tonight. And then Pritchard, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 dimes, and a steal. He's been the Celtics' second best player. He's coming off the bench and just been an absolute sniper. And then White, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Hauser with 9 points, 4 assists. Vucevic, 7 points, a block and a steal. Gonzalez, 5 points, 4 rebounds and a steal. Ron Harper Jr., 6 points, 2 rebounds. Quater, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Shireman, 5 points, 4 rebounds, a steal. Walsh, 5 points as well. So, good top to bottom production from Boston. Then we have a look at the Warriors. Will Richard, really our only kind of standout player. The only player in this first half to be in double figures for the Warriors. The Celtics only had 2, but they had a lot higher scorers than the Warriors did. But yeah, Richard with 15 points, which is the equal most in this game so far, alongside Peyton Pritchard. Pajemski, 3 points, 1 of 3 shooting, but does have 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Guy Santos, 5 points, 2 of 8. Does have that steal and 3 boards. Horford, 3 points, 1 of 6 shooting. He's got 4 points and a block. Porzingis, 5 points and a rebound. Spencer, 5 points. Melton started off hot but hasn't scored since, 7 points. Moody with 5. Dre's yet to score, and Gary hit a 3 earlier in the game. So, just not great from the Warriors. And then as a team, we are shooting 19 of 49 from the field, 38%. And then obviously you compare that to Boston's 56. We've been good from deep, 11 of 30, 36%. So we're nearly shooting better from deep than we are from the field. But yeah, for me, the biggest differences between the Warriors and Celtics in this first half, the biggest thing for me is actually probably not even the shooting, probably the rebounding. Boston with 12 more rebounds, and a couple of those, how many more offensive rebounds? A couple more offensive rebounds. I feel like Boston have just killed us on the glass. Despite having Horford and Porzingis out there in patches, Warriors just cannot contain Boston on the glass. And then obviously, yeah, we just spoke about it. The shooting. Boston have had guys just knocking down threes and just shooting efficient buckets all first half long. Like shooting 56% from the field in a half of basketball is insane. Particularly coming off of a 7-day break as well. Absolutely ridiculous. Boston have come out lights out. Now, the turnover battle, 5 apiece, so that hasn't really been a problem for the Warriors. It's literally just been Boston have pushed the pace more. They've had more like set control plays. They've just shot, and with that, they've shot the ball better, and they've also just gotten back on defense, grabbing boards. Next thing, I just want to have a look. So we saw before on the broadcast, they were talking about Steph, and they've diagnosed him with runner's knee. Now, I've personally only ever heard of this injury. I don't know what it actually looks like, so let's actually have a bit of a read into this. So, runner's knee is a common condition causing pain around the kneecap, often triggered by overuse, misalignment, or muscle imbalance. Now, for Steph, I would assume because of his age and how much he backpacks, probably triggered by overuse. Overview. Runner's knee, medically known as patellofemoral, patellofemoral pain syndrome, PFPS, is characterized by the pain at the front of the knee or around the kneecap patella, where it meets the lower end of the thigh bone, femur. It is common in runners, jumpers, and athletes, but can also affect non-athletes. Pain may be dull or aching and often worsens with activities like climbing stairs, squatting, running, or sitting for long periods. So that's probably why he keeps getting set back. So what I would assume would be the case is every time he starts to feel better and they go to ramp him up, it just re-aggravates. And, with these types of injuries, so I have seen this one, runner's knee. Like I said, I hadn't really seen what, the proper diagnosis was. I also know there's, tennis elbow, those type of, overusage injuries. The issue is because the pain, takes I don't know how to explain it, but, with those types of injuries, it starts to feel better, but it hasn't truly healed, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a false sense of hope, because then you start to ramp Steph back up, and I'm assuming what's happened every time is it's just gotten worse. It's re-swollen, or there's more pain, more aching. So that's damn. This could be a problem. This could actually be a bit of a problem here, because things like this can just keep reoccurring. I know it's similar to tennis elbow. It's so easy to trigger once you have it. Damn, man, that could be a bit of a problem. Alright, well, at least we kind of know a bit more about it. I really hadn't read into it much. I kind of only saw that he was out for the 5 games with that knee injury, but I didn't get to actually kind of see what the official kind of diagnosis was and what runner's knee actually looks like. So, basically, it's the front of his knee, which we know he's had problems with over the years, has basically been overused, and the front of the kneecap is taking a bit of a hit, which is not great, because obviously Steph, he gets low, he runs around a lot, changes angles, so that knee takes a bit of a beating. So, yeah, he won't be able to play until that's fully healed, and with that type of injury, like I said, you think it's healed, but then it's not. It re-aggravates. It's like tennis elbow. I know a lot more about tennis elbow. I've had it, actually, at some point in my life. A couple of years ago, and you think it's better, but then you start to ramp your activity back up, and it just gets worse. So, hopefully, the difference between me and Steph, I don't have the top medical doctors in the world, and I'm also not a bloody top professional athlete with a 1% body. So, yeah, hopefully not too long of an injury, but we'll wait and see. So we know he's out for at least 5 more games, which that in itself is pretty worrying. We're getting scarily close to getting back to a 500 record. Now as well, I do want to quickly kind of have a quick squiz at what the other score lines in the league have looked like today. I'd worked this morning, so I didn't get to watch any of the other games. Obviously, NBA back in action today. A lot of teams are playing. So before we get underway for this second half, let's have a look. So the Pacers lose to Washington. I don't know who's seriously watching that game outside of Pacers and Wizards fans. The Hawks beat the Sixers. Jalen Johnson. So how did Kuminga and Buddy go? Buddy didn't play and Kuminga's out with injury. That's crazy. Those guys aren't even playing. The Cavs blowout Brooklyn. They look nice with Harden. The Rockets beat the Hornets. First game post KD files. And KD with 35 and 10 straight points for the Rockets to end off the game. Man, post KD files, KD is a different breed. Ooh, Pistons beat the Knicks. Cade, 42-point near triple-double. Damn. Despite no Duran, despite no iHeart, B-Ball Paul with 18 points. Brunson with 33. That was a good game. Might have to watch the highlights of that later. Raptors beat the Bulls. Pretty boring game there. And the Spurs absolutely dog walk Phoenix. And then we got the Magic and Kings on at the moment. And then the Nuggets and Clippers. So nothing crazy today. Obviously, all teams kind of just getting back into it. Probably be a couple of days before, all teams are back fully fit, hitting the ground running. All that rust is gone. All right. Here we go. Second half underway. I mean, I hope it's... Look, let's be real. We're not going to win this game. Let's be honest with ourselves. You guys know me. I'm a very positive and optimistic person when it comes to the Warriors, but we ain't winning this. But that's not what I care about. I want to see Porzingis get some more minutes, see how he looks on offense. I'm going to keep getting him adjusted to the way we play. Obviously, it's a lot different to Atlanta and previously as well, Boston. So get him, more integrated into the offense. And, yeah, just keep giving minutes to these young guys. Get Richard facilitating the offense for a little bit. See what he looks like as a more of a kind of potentially an on-ball ball handler rather than like an off-ball guy. I don't know. In games like this, I just want to see Steve Kerr try shit out. But here we go. Jaylen Brown, first possession, up to Cater, and there we go. Steal for the Warriors' first possession. So we got Spencer, Dre, Gee, Melton, and Moody. Dre a 3 misses. Nearly an offensive rebound. It will roll out of bounds, but last touch by the Warriors. You should have known that the Warriors were going to get blown out by the Celtics at home without Curry. No, I thought it might have been a bit closer in all honesty. But I didn't think we'd win this game. Boston are a classy team, but I thought we'd be a little bit more competitive, but it's alright. Bumps in the road. We still got, a month to figure things out. It's going to be tough without Jimmy and Steph. Like, people have been, in my opinion, like, of course we're going to be mad in the moment, but I think people have been a little bit too harsh to the Warriors. Like, you take any team's 2 best players out, as Gee cashes in that little corner / elbow 3 was right in the middle of both. Brown. See what happens here before I go back to talking about what I was saying as Brown scores. He's been elite. But yeah, like I was saying, I think people have been a little bit too harsh on the Warriors at the moment. Like, you got to remember, our 2 best players are out. Like, we're losing, 50-plus points in scoring a game. And, our whole offense is shaken up. Our starting lineup is completely different. Like, you take any team's 2 best players out, they're going to struggle. And the fact that we've won a few games without both those guys, in my opinion, is pretty impressive. As Cater gets to the rim, and yeah, this is turning pretty ugly. But like, of course, we're a big franchise, a lot of success in recent times, so people kind of naturally expect that to always be the case. But unfortunately, we're going to learn the hard way once Steph retires. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Melton off to Green, and he misses once again. Dre has been awful. There was a lot of calls for him to be traded at the deadline. Warriors, oh my God, Sam Hauser. God, this is ugly. Steve Kerr's not even standing up anymore. This is ugly. Yeah, a lot of people were calling for Dre to be traded. Ends up staying with the team, and yeah, we'll see what he looks like in terms of a role post All-Star break. In my opinion, I almost wouldn't mind seeing Porzingis come into the lineup, keep someone like a Gee Santos out there, and throw Dre off the bench. Brown reverse layup. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. 9-0 run for the C's. Draymond doesn't even want to shoot anymore. Gives it off to Moody. He misses. Gee with the offensive rebound. I could see both teams pulling the plug here in a minute. That's going to be a foul. Is it a legal screen or is it a foul on the Celtics? Oh, you're going to get across to help your teammates straight away. I know we're down by a lot, but get over there. Help the guys get up. Now, it cut to a replay, so I don't know if anyone actually went over there to help either of the two out. I hope they did. But, yeah, not a fun start. Back to streaming. I was hoping a little bit closer game. You know, last game pre-All-Star break, we choke a, 16-point lead. And now we're getting blown out. Come on, man. Melton misses the 3. Far out. Moody a 3. Air balls. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. This is ugly. Bro, the Warriors should get me on a flight for the fourth quarter and throw me out there. Oh my god. Hey, this is a 30-point game. Boston have just scored 11 straight. Jesus Christ, this is ugly. Well, if you don't want to watch this, in the meantime, check out my new video, linked at the top of the pin chat, talking about should the Warriors sign Lonzo Ball, triple B's, I'm the man. I'm leveled up, I'm Super Saiyan. Damn, bro, this is actually crazy. We're down by 30 points. You're telling me post All-Star break we don't have enough energy to at least be semi-competitive now? Damn, this is just unfortunate. I'm just looking at the score here now, and I kind of just clocked that we're down by 30. I knew we were down by 30, but it didn't really hit me that we were down by 30. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, just having a look at a few things here. Just want to see what people are saying on social media. Get the opinion of some other fans out there. No one's happy. I can say that for a fact. Everyone is just flat right now. I can't believe K dropped 42 in the Garden, by the way. I'm just looking at that game again. 42, 13, and 8. It's crazy. How did Shohan go in his debut? 2 points. Only played 10 minutes. Alright. Not missing out on much, but still. Everyone is just flat on social media right now. Everyone in the comments is like, I'm not watching the Warriors until Steph comes back. I'm telling you, when Steph retires, there's going to be a lot of Warriors fans that just go into retirement. I'll not be one of those. You know, I'm a full lifer now, you know. I'll happily accept the down years for all the success I got to see as a child. But, I mean, I hope I get to see a championship as an adult. I hope it's not one of those things where it's like 50 years from now, I've only ever seen the championships that I did when I was a kid, and we just never end up winning another one in my lifetime. That'd be very depressing. But no, I think we're a big market nowadays. So, it'd be interesting to see, post-Steph, entering the next era. Do the Warriors try and find someone out of the draft, like a Cooper Flag type, to lead us into the future? Or the Warriors, once all the Jimmy, Dre, and Steph money leave the books, go out and say, hey, Jokic, here's 60 million a 60, 70 million a season, or hey, Giannis, finally want to come over, here's 80 million a season, or something along those lines. Or hey, Luka, want to come down the highway, we'll give you 80 million a year. Richard a 3 misses, but yeah, hopefully a little bit more of Steph before we have to even worry about that. But with these injuries, man, it's going to be interesting to see how long that body can hold up for. White, indicator, blows by Draymond, misses the shot. White there to clean it up, fading away, and scores. It's just been one of those nights for the Celtics. Everything's going their way. They can seem to do no wrong. So that's interesting. The Warriors started off 8 of 14 from the field to begin this game. And since then, we've gone 12 of, make that 44 now. Make that 13 of 45 now since going 8 of 14 to begin this game. It's pretty disappointing. We had a great start to this game. I was very excited early on as the Celtics score once again. I mean, like I just said, they can do no wrong here tonight. Sam Hauser having a really good game as Draymond turns the ball over. Oh, God. All right, we're going to return steal. Pajemski getting the interception. Oh, Cater falls to the ground. What did he trip on? Santos gets a wide open 3 because of it. I hope that's not an injury or anything, but that was just the weirdest fall ever. Cater just like tripped over his own feet or something there. Alright, so White coming off the screen. Skip past to Hauser. Gee, why are we falling for those pump fakes? And Hauser, that's like a near air ball there. That's barely off the rim. The Warriors don't have the team. I know. I'm still here, putting on a brave face. You know, I can't believe this is where the team is at now, considering I remember it feels like it was only a week ago, but it's probably like 4 months ago now, streaming that second game of the season versus the Nuggets when Steph hit all those threes and Jimmy was going crazy. You know, it's crazy to think how different things look now. I'm excited for next season, though. I think for the channel and also just for the team, I think next year's our last true run. I think this year it's not a write-off, but it's just whatever happens, happens once again. Injuries, but yeah, next year we need to really just pull the finger out of our butt and get going. Pajemski, nice block, though, from behind. Dre is selling. Yeah, he's 0-7. You know, with Draymond, you're going to get games where he's highly productive and you're going to get games where he's unplayable. The issue is Steve Kerr doesn't know when to pull him. Like in a game like this, Draymond needs to be pulled, in my opinion. So Warriors down by, is it 30? Yeah, Warriors down by 30 here. I don't know what's worse at the moment. The Warriors offense or my math. White. Oh, it's a foul. We didn't need to foul. Oh, man, we're killing me. Honestly, at this rate, hang on, is LJ available? Who do we want to see come in off the end of the bench? This is normally like Trace Jackson minutes, but we don't have him anymore. So, bring in Nate Williams, surely. Bring in Nate Williams at this rate. Alright, the game's over, so just bring in these young guys. Let him get some reps. Bring in LJ. Bring in Nate Williams, bring in Mavey, and bring in Quinton. This might be the last we see of Jaylen Brown once he goes off. Like, they probably don't need to play him again. Of course, they want to build him up post-All-Star break, and the same thing for all the other Celtics starters. Like, obviously, 7 days off, they can probably go without, you know, resting the entire second half. But still, you take any rest when you can get it. White, 2-2. Jeez, this is going to go on to be quite possibly our worst loss of the season, margin-wise. As Melton gets blocked on a pretty silly shot attempt there. I don't know why you're running straight at Vucevic. Pritchard, White. Into Vooch, has the smaller Richard on him and banks it off the glass. This is getting out of hand. This could end up being 40 points. This is just unbearable. Pajemski. Horford. Draymond. We can't get a shot off. Pajemski. Melton. There's just no flow. Pajemski will throw up a 3 and miss. Oh my god. No Steph in the building tonight as well, I've just clocked. I can see Seth on... Oh, is that Steph? That looks like Seth, not Steph. I don't think Steph's in the building. Pajemski. Off a green screen. Not an actual green screen, a Draymond green screen. Alright, Pajemski scores. Finally. We get a bucket. Man, I just want this game to be over. Vucevic. As... That's going to be a foul on Melton. Playlist, I know. Not the return I wanted for the streams. Not what I was hoping for in the slightest, my friend, but good to see you in here. Well, I guess there's one positive. I can now just spend the rest of the night doing nothing. I guess. And that, and maybe a bit of PlayStation as well with some time off. I got work off tomorrow. I was going to spend it editing, but hey, your boy gets a day off then. How about it? Moody. Driving. Shooting off the bank. How are we missing those shots, Moses? Moses! Alright, he gets fouled.
You guys were just talking about these prime opportunity and minutes for Kristaps Porzingis. He did say that he is in a good physical and mental space coming into the stretch run. He said the focus now, though, is keeping the pressure off and just building game by game, acknowledging it's been an up and down year.
Alright, so Kristaps is out there at the moment. Moses is missing free throws. Oh, God. Alright, so let's see what Porzingis looks like out there. He gets out-rebounded by Jaylen Brown. I thought Porzingis had that. So, by the way, Moses just went 0-2 from the free throw line. Like, that just sums up the night. Gonzalez, oh my god. Gets past 3 Warriors. Oh my god. He just crossed up 3 of us. What are we doing? Hugo just says, tween, 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 through the legs, skip through the lane. If you know that reference, you're an elite person. Alright, Pajemski, couple little buckets though. I notice in games like this, I start to lose my mind. I start going crazy. So Brown probably will head out of the game in the 4th quarter. I don't see Jaylen Brown playing at all in the 4th. Like I said, obviously, you want him to play a good amount of minutes to ramp it back up post All-Star break. But as well, you take any rest you can. So I think Jaylen Brown will probably sit out in the 4th quarter. I think both team starters will sit out in the 4th quarter. I think we're going to see a end-of-bench clear-out, which is not what I was expecting. Pritchard to step back 3, misses. As Richard will get an open fast break dunk. Throw it down, young fella. In a very grim night, he's been the only shining light, and I love that. All right, 30 points. Oh, hang on. They're just fixing the game clock here, I think. I thought they were going to take away that bucket there for Will Richard, but no. Bucket will count. So the thing is, like, we haven't been that bad in this 3rd quarter. Like, the Celtics haven't been great in the 3rd. Like, they have a 10-point... Okay, make that a 13-point swing over us now in the quarter. But, like, I felt like we've been okay. I think I might be reaching a little bit. I think I'm just trying to justify this. This has been ugly. All right, Porzingis in the low post. Through 2 defenders, and that's going to be a jump ball. Peyton Pritchard just took the ball from Porzingis. So we're going to see a Porzingis, Peyton Pritchard jump ball here. And the 2 former teammates having a laugh. Neither wanted to let go of it. That's a funny moment. Alright, so it's going to be a timeout. So I think, yeah, we're going to get a jump ball between Porzingis and Pritchard. If Porzingis doesn't win that, God, we might be in some serious strife. Alright.
Booking for booking.com, booking.yeah.
Man, I'm looking at all the comment sections of just all the Warriors posts at the moment. Everyone is just flat. Everyone is just not happy at the moment. Oh, man. Oh, goodness gracious me. Alright. Surprised you're still watching the game. I'm a loyal fan. That's all I'll say, man. You know, I stick through all the games, the clutch wins, the clutch losses, the blowout wins, the blowout losses, the championships, the rebuilding. You know, I'm gonna be here for it all. You know, it's all a part of the journey. I think it's quite unfair if you only stick around for the good. I feel like that's just not a true fan in my opinion. Of course, don't get me wrong, I would love to turn this crap off. I've got Prison Break on the TV loaded up, some chocolate, you know, probably make some like chicken for dinner too, some nice chicken strips, some chips. You know, I'm ready to chill out after a long week of work. I got tomorrow off. I would love to just sit down and chill out, man, but I got to watch the rest of this game. You know, I love streaming for you guys regardless of the result. So we'll stream the rest of this, and then I've got to make the short. Don't want to make the short either, but it's got to be done. You know, I don't want to miss a single game recap short this year. I did every single game pre-All-Star break, and I haven't missed one yet, and I don't want to miss one at all.
Make sure you shop your favorite beauty at Sephora.com.
Alright. But yeah, there's only a quarter left, so it's like not that bad. It'll be over in half. No, probably a bit longer. Probably 40 minutes, but that's alright. I also do want to wait and see what Nate Williams looks like as well. So that's another reason to stick around for the people in the chat. But if you are heading out, I fully understand, you know, and, you know, anyone who has joined and is heading out, I do appreciate you for joining. I understand, you know, not the greatest return to the streaming and to Warriors action post All-Star break, but I still stupidly have a bit of faith that we'll do something once we get Steph back. Alright, so this is a funny moment. Porzingis and Pritchard jump ball, and Porzingis nearly fucking lost it. So that's now a triple-double for Jaylen Brown as well, I've just noticed. Alright, Porzingis wins the jump ball. Moody a three. Connects. Hey, there we go. Moses. As long as we can keep it to under 30, I guess you take the small microscopic win. Vucevic. Off to Brown. Brown has Moody and Porzingis on him, which means Gonzalez is wide open, but he misses the three. And the other rookie out there on the court at the moment, Will Richard, bringing in the rebound. And I said I wanted to see Richard a bit more on ball. See what he looks like as a ball handler and as like an isolation scorer. Wouldn't mind seeing that. Pajemski loses it. Off to Moody, another three. Hey! There we go. Back-to-back triples for Mo. There we go, chat. Come on now. White a three. Misses. Come on. Oh, Vucevic rebound. No. Pajemski steals it from him. Look out, Moses, behind you. Honestly, let Moses just start chucking him up. Horford. Terrible tap pass there to Pajemski. Easy turnover there. Derek White, the easiest of steals of his NBA career. Pritchard has the old Horford on him. Former teammate. Still, with Horford's height, couldn't get it over him. And he'll end up with a Jaylen Brown bucket. So now the Celtics already enter triple figures before the end of the third quarter. Brzemski scores though. So hey, a few little buckets here for the Warriors this past minute or so. That's a charge. It's a blocking foul? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I thought 100% that was a charge, but no, there was a little bit of contact from Richard. Ah, just sums up the night. Alright, not long to go here, chat. 5 seconds for Boston here. Vucevic over Porzingis, and Porzingis with the block. And Porzingis gets the stop as well. So, 2 little stops there for Porzingis, the block, and then off the offensive rebound, got another stop as well. Porzingis a deep 3. Oh, man, that would have got the crowd going. All right, shot clock off here. 21 for Boston to end off this third. Boston winding down the ball, potentially the last we see of the Boston starters in this game. They've done their work. I think they can happily sit down and just watch this fourth. Brown to the rim, scoops and scores. Man, this guy is unbelievable. Half court for Pods, and he gets blocked by Derek White. Well, we got 1 quarter left. There's a positive. There's always a positive in life, and the positive is we've only got 1 more quarter of this nonsense. Now we'll be back. I'm gonna quickly just grab another drink. I've got a bit of a headache from watching this. So yeah, we'll be just like 1 minute. Just gonna grab a quick drink. So just bear with me, and then we'll get through this 4th quarter.
Has all kinds of stays. Because what's right for some might not be right for others. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Alright, 1 quarter remaining. 1 quarter left of action. Here we go. Alright. 4th quarter. 12 more minutes of whatever you want to call this. Hopefully it goes by pretty quickly. Foul language, question mark. Yeah, I'll try and tone down on it. I usually don't swear much at all in these streams, but in a game like this, I might just accidentally let a few slip. But no, I'll make sure not to. Alright, so I might as well just get the script for my game recap short ready to go, so I can just film that straight away and get it over with. Like, I mostly, by the first half, already know what type of script I'm going to write up. The Golden State Warriors just had their first game back from the All-Star break, and it was a huge blowout loss. Obviously, don't know the score yet, so question mark against the Boston Celtics. All right, I'll leave that for now. I'll do the rest after the game. All right, here we go. 4th quarter. Should get this over and done with. I'm sad, man. I was so excited for this pre-game, and it's been a massive letdown. A massive letdown. I was so excited for this pre-game. But yeah, Porzingis has been alright, but it's just more some of the other guys. Like, Porzingis gets a pass, in my opinion. It's his first game with the team. Like, you can't expect him to come out and just dominate straight away. But, you know, Guy Santos 4 of 11, Spencer 2 of 6, Moody 4 of 9, Horford 1 of 6, Dre 0 of 7. I feel like Pajemski's been okay. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 6 dimes, 4 of 7. Will Rich has been good. 17 points, 6 of 11. I feel like Melton's been alright as well, but yeah, just disappointing. Mostly from, I would probably say Draymond Green. I expect a bit better from Draymond. But alright, here we go. 1 quarter left. Let's see any starters out there. So, a couple starters for the Warriors out there. Melton, Gee and Pat. But yeah, no starters out there for the Celtics. They've got Pritchard, Walsh, Harper Jr., I think Gonzalez, and Shireman as well. Alright, Warriors scored on that first possession. And the Warriors are running with Melton, Gary, Pat, Gee, and Kristaps. Yeah, like I said, would love to see our new two-way. I don't know if he's available to play. He's not listed as injured, but if he is available, I'd love to see Nate Williams check in. I can see him there on the bench. Yeah, he's sitting there on the bench. He'll get some minutes here late. I'm almost certain of that. You might as well. And then same with Mavy and LJ. Just give these end-of-bench guys an opportunity. Garza hits the three. Luka Garza from deep. Man, it's contagious shooting in the NBA sometimes. Guy Santos connects. So back-to-back threes here. Garza then Guy. Warriors going good. Are the Warriors going to come back? Bob, have a look at the scoreboard and how long's left and put together an accurate assumption if you think so. Because if you say anything other than the two-letter word N-O, no, then you might have to watch a new sport. Gary Payton, athletic reverse layup. Nice. That's probably the highlight of the night. Gary, the acrobatic reverse lay. Shireman. Off the side of the backboard, and Melton, the super duper long rebound. Spencer into Gary. Gary, they're looking to find Porzingis, but the Celtics are just bullying him. To the rim, Melton! Count it plus the foul. There we go. Bob says yes. Ah, Bob. What will we do with you? What will we do with you, Bob? What will we do with you? Now, I can tell you for a 100% fact that we will not be coming back from 25 points in less than 10 minutes of action. I would make a pretty accurate assumption that that wouldn't be the case. Although you never know, you never know. Hey! Porzingis with the three. There we go. Timeout Celtics. 20-point game. Hang on now. Bob might be onto something. So Melton with the steal. And then Kristaps, the deep three. That was a long one. Could you imagine we actually came back and won this game? Like, Porzingis just hits like 4 threes and Bob's like actually right. That would be pretty funny. I won't lie. I would actually jump through a window if that ended up happening. I'd go that crazy. Bob says yes. Ah, Bob. Alright, so Boston timeout here. They're a little nervous. Kristaps, couple of threes, 10 points. Not too bad of a debut. You know, if the game wasn't a blowout, I probably would have made a video on this game talking about the debut, but that second quarter just killed us. I think it was a 17-2 run to start the second, and since then, we just haven't even had a chance. So who do we have next? Denver. I think our next few games. So we have 2 days off. Then we play Denver. And then, yeah, I won't be able to stream that game. And then we have, I think, a day off before we have a back-to-back games on the road versus, I think, Pelicans and Memphis. I think I'm streaming. I might be able to stream both of those. I know I'm definitely streaming the Memphis game, but 50-50 on the Pelicans game because I finish work at Melbourne time 11:30 and the game starts at 11:45. So it's just a question of can I get home in time. All right, 20-point game. Here we go. We're back. We are back.
Section 106, where you at?
Has Porzingis hit 2 or 3 triples? Just want to have a look. No, 2. All right, so Boston bringing a couple starters back in. They are not letting any chance of a comeback happen here. Looks like they're bringing back in a few guys. Vooch, White. Unless I'm wrong, unless they're just on the court, but it looks like they're bringing them back in. All right, let's see. Yep, no, Vucevic and White are coming back on. So I didn't think we'd see any Boston starters here in this fourth, but hey, Porzingis turning it up, chat. Let's go. Let's go. They are scared. Nah, it's Joel Mazzulla. He doesn't muck around. All right, Warriors full court pressing. Let's go. Yes, bring the energy, bring the intensity. That's going to be backcourt! Warriors ball! Joel Mazzulla. Oh, wait, no. Was that backcourt or did the Celtics get a timeout? No, I think the Celtics got a timeout before it was backcourt. Damn, first play off a timeout, nearly a backcourt violation. Joe's going to be angry as. Alright, that's a good bit of defensive presence there from the Warriors. The full court press and then the near backcourt violation force. We take that. Man, I'm tired. I don't know about you guys in the chat, but I am tired. I think the result of this game has sucked the energy out of me. But hey, look, I said I wanted to get it under 30, and we've done that, so I'm not as mad. It's been a good fourth quarter, for certain. You know, we've outscored the Celtics by 9 already here. Sorry, good fourth quarter. We've already outscored the Celtics by 9 here in this last term so far, so we're off to an entertaining start. What if you're right? I would be that surprised. I would be that surprised if you were right. All right. Oh, it's so annoying. Boston are just sucking the life out of the Warriors' energy right now with all these bloody timeouts. Like, seriously, Joel Mazzulla is annoying as. Let the game play. Let the Warriors have a comeback. Make it interesting. All right. All right, come on. Boston are just trying to suck all the energy out of this Warriors comeback by calling all these stupid timeouts. Like, it's been 4 minutes now with these 2 timeouts.
Time for drive to the finish presented by Honda.
The Celtics don't do a lot of paint touching in their offense, but tonight they found some
creases and some seams.
All right.
A lot of attention on Jaylen Brown, so opportunities for Kada as the big, some cuts from the guards. And then if you don't pay enough attention to Jaylen Brown, he'll do it himself. So effective tonight for Boston.
Here we go. So Celtics ball. And that's going to be a steal. Gary! Yes! Hang on a minute, chat. A steal and a full court press. I was not expecting that. I didn't even realize we got a steal initially. Pritchard, Hauser, Vucevic, White, Pritchard. We're going to stop here. Just hang on a second, chat. Celtics crumbling. Pritchard, step back. Good D by Porzingis. We got the rebound. Go! Go! The comeback kings. Melton, no dumb shots. Gary corner three. Coop butter cheese! Woo! Here come the Dubs, baby. 15-0 run. Hold up, chat. We back. Crowd going ballistic. Fight, boys. Sorry, man. That ends the 15-0 run. Damn, alright. That's alright. It's one bucket. Keep it going, boys. Come on. Porzingis deep three! Oh! Oh my god, if that rained in, bro. Takeover activated for Tingus Pingus. Oh, that actually could have been crazy. Jaylen Brown might have to come back in low-key. I see him getting up. He might have to come back in. Although Hauser, nah, he might be alright. Sit back down, Brown. He can go. He's standing up just in case. Melton to the rim. Alright, hang on. I wonder if they'll bring Brown back in. Because it's still, like, comfortable enough. But, like, all it takes is, like, 2 quick buckets and it's game on. Like, 2 quick threes and it's a 10-point... it'd be 11-point game. But, like, roughly a 10-point game. And if the Warriors can get it to that with, like, 4 minutes left, who knows? Like, we've had a couple of those type of comebacks. White, step back corner three. Oh, that's going to be saved there by the Celtics. Offensive rebound. They've done well at that tonight. Pritchard off the Vucevic screen. Cutting and scores. I don't know if Jaylen Brown's going to come back in. He's at the scorer's table, but I don't think he needs to just yet. Porzingis, high post, has the smaller guard on him. This should just be bully ball. Porzingis fading and scoring. Tingus Pingus finding his rhythm. He's got 12 now. He's been alright. He had a terrible start, but he's really locked in. And that's going to be another stop there by the Warriors, thanks to Kristaps. Alright, so Jaylen Brown will come in. I didn't think he would end up needing to come back in, but... Oh, they're taking Porzingis out. I know it's because of the minutes, so it has to be done, but that's so flattening. He was just starting to get going too. Damn, that's sort of annoying. I don't blame Steve. I know people in the comments post-game be like, oh, why'd you take Porzingis out? But he has to go out. Good hustle there. It's going to be a jump ball. Oh no, it'll be Celtics ball. Out by the Warriors. Gary's foot was out of bounds. They were hustling for the jump ball on the ground there, but Gary's foot was on the line. We might even challenge it here. It might be Warriors timeout, the challenge. Or is it a Celtics timeout? Let's have a look. Nah, it's a Celtics timeout. It's alright. So I don't know. I don't think they even need to bring Brown in, to be honest. Like, it's still 17 points. But man, once Kristaps... If Kristaps hit that top of the key 3, bro. Oh, that would have been crazy. But look, the thing is, I do think we are still going to lose this game. But I think we can at least hold our heads high and be very happy with this fight back in the fourth. Because usually a lot of the time, when it's at that 30-point range, teams just drop dead and collapse. Like, I thought we were going to bring in Mavey, LJ, Nate Williams, Quinton and just let the end of the bench guys ride it out. But no, we've stuck with it, kept playing genuine rotational guys, and we've amounted a pretty entertaining comeback. Although it probably will fall short simply because of time. Like, I just don't think we have enough time. Probably left it 10 minutes too late. Probably should have started a bit earlier in the third. But look, it looks a lot better. It looks a lot better to look at. Like, I see 111 to 94, and I'm like, I'm not even mad at that. But, like, when it was, like, 89 to, like, 59, that was when it was looking pretty ugly. So, yeah, not bad. What if you're right? Nah, I still think the Celtics have got it, with Brown back in as well. Unless Gee... Oh! Hang on! Hang on. Half a quarter left. Gee for 3. Hang on, it's still 14 points. That's still doable. Pritchard. Hang on, we're putting the pressure on here. Brown might be a little bit stiff too, having like a quarter off. Oh, Gary with the steal! Transition! Throws it down! Reverse dunk! On-ball pressure from the Warriors has been elite. It's only a 12-point game. 24-6 run. And that's going to be a travel! Oh, no shot. Bro, Boston choking. Hang on a second. There's just a slight bit of life. Melton. Gary a 3. Oh, that's another 3 that, if it went in, it would have just changed the course of the game. I can't believe it's actually game on here. Come on, our defense has been elite. The on-ball pressure. Chef's kiss. Pritchard, a deep 3. Oh, this will kill us. Oh, damn. Deep 3 from Pritchard. This guy is cold. Damn. Horford a response. Rattles out. Nah. Had to be executed there. That 3 on the previous play had to go in. And, yeah, damn. If we hit both those 3s, it's 105 to 114 now, and it's game on. But a bucket here from the Celtics will wind it down. Pritchard a 3. Oh, it's game. Peyton Pritchard back-to-back. Game-sealing 3s almost. Damn, this guy's a bowler. Melton hits it. We're not going away. We're not going away. But Peyton Pritchard needs to be locked up. We don't have 1,000 points. Golly. I wish. Man, Peyton Pritchard, what a night from this guy. 26 points, top scorer for not only Boston, but for the entirety of the game. This guy has been on the money tonight. 6 triples, including back-to-back ones there. If he doesn't hit either of those shots, it's a 9-point game, which is annoying because it could have been a really entertaining finish here. It still could be, but those 2 threes make it increasingly difficult. I just want to get it close. Like, if we can get it with under 10, I'd be happy with that. Just make these Boston starters have to really earn it. White a 3. Misses. Okay, so we got the ball out of Pritchard's hands, and we get a stop. 4 minutes. Pajemski. Horford. Misses. Oh, my God. Gary the offensive rebound and puts it in. GP2. This guy is so good. I love when he comes off the bench and brings the energy, because everyone just collectively gets an energy boost when Gary's out there. Vucevic, it's still only 13 points. Like, if we can just get a couple stops. Brown misses. Hang on. Bring it in. Bring it in. Slow it down. Slow it down. Get it to 10. Slow it down. Gee. High screen. Gee. Kick out Pat. Pat for 3. Oh, bad shot. Bad shot. Oh, that's 3 triples that if it went in, the game gets flipped on its head. Luck just seems to be with Boston here tonight. Pritchard. Pull up Jay misses. How are we still in this? Horford with the rebound. So we've got Gary, Pods, Gee, Al, and Pat running this comeback. Horford. Off to Pat. Drives in. Float game to Horford. Lobs it up and scores. This is the closest it's been in so long. No timeout for Boston. I thought they might have popped another one. White. Boston just seem absolutely gassed. They're trying to wind this down as much as possible. 2:39 left. The clock is Boston's friend. White high arcing shot. Air balls and Hauser throws it up. It's not going to be a shot clock violation, but it's going to be Warriors ball in transition. Horford, corner three. Oh, if we could hit these threes, the game would be right back in the balance. There's 4 threes that have been wide open and missed. We literally would have been in front. And now it's 11. So still, 4 threes would win it. But it would have to be 4 stops, 4 threes. Brown. Oh, there was 2.1 left. And that foul's going to reset it to 14. I think we're going to fall just ever so slightly short. Damn. Who are they bringing in? It looks like Gary's going to the bench. Who are they bringing in? Was it Melton who came in? Was Melton? I don't think Melton was out there. I think they brought Melton in. They want to go full scoring mode here. Just get everyone to just chuck up threes. White. Brown with 3. Brown with 2. Brown with 1. Cash money. That's your ball game. Ah, damn. We almost had it too. It's not over just yet, but 13 points. That's without the chef. That's probably a bit too much. But I'm very happy with this response. Melton a 3. And he'll be fouled the 3-point shot. So if he wants to hit 2, get it to 11 points, try and miss the free throw, and then hit a 3. Oh, we've been right there. We've just missed a couple of open 3s. And then 2 guys tonight for Boston. Brown and Pritchard have done well at icing this one out, potentially. Alright, Melton hits the first. Damn. Alright. 12 points. So, I don't know. Does he just hit all 3 and just go from there? Oh, he misses the second. Okay, I think you have to miss the third deliberately now. I think you just have to miss the third one. So, I don't know. Does he hit the free throw and then maybe try and full court press for a steal? I think that's what they'll do. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Full court press. 1 minute 30 remaining. Brown, Hauser, catch and shoot 3, misses, but an offensive rebound for Vucevic. Oh, hang on, no! He stood out of bounds. That's Warriors' ball. That's Warriors' ball. Gonna be a timeout here for the Warriors. Only down by 11. We hit a 3. It's only 8 points. Still feels like not enough time. A little bit too tall of a task to overcome, but you never know. Celtics got lucky with... Celtics got a lucky win against the Warriors at home without Curry. Yeah, if Steph played, we'd probably win this, but who's to know how this game would have played out if Steph was here from start to finish. Damn. Just writing down some notes. Well, I know, Bob, you actually almost called it, which is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous that you actually almost got it correct. But I still think, yeah, we probably will still just fall ever so slightly short. Which is sad, but hey, I'm just happy. I thought at one point it was going to be like a 50-point loss. Similar to the last time we played Boston, we lost 125 to 85. You can see it rolling through here. But no, we've done really well. And I think Boston would be pretty disappointed. They thought the starters would be resting all fourth quarter, but they've had to come in for the last 6 minutes here, including Jaylen Brown, who's had a triple-double tonight. Santos scoops, misses. That had to go in. That had to go in. Hasn't been Gee's night. He's been good in recent times, but hasn't been Gee's night. Half-court trap for the Warriors, but can't get a steal. Brown will be open, lobs it up, and yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. Gator's been alright tonight. But yeah, it just hasn't been a good night from a couple of Warriors. And that'll be a miss there, so that'll do it. Hey, look, all things considered, I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this fourth quarter. You know, absolutely dominated the Celtics in the fourth, 37-19. Just that second quarter when we got destroyed, 38-19. So those two quarters kind of equate out, but in the third and the first, Boston were just slightly better. So that was ultimately the difference. Pajemski throws it up, and that'll be the last bucket of the night, I would assume. With 19 seconds left, don't foul. You look stupid. Just let it dribble out. Yep, that'll do it. So, despite being down by 34 points at the 5:27 mark in the third quarter, the Warriors respectively go on a 37-19 run in the fourth quarter, and the final margin is only 11 points, which, you know, all things considered, not bad at all. So Porzingis' debut drops 12 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a block. 5 of 9 from the field, 2 threes. But yeah, the two guys tonight for Boston, Brown, 23-point triple-double, including 15 rebounds, 13 assists. Just absolutely crazy stuff. And then Pritchard, 26 points. And then just some good production from White, Hauser, Cater, Vooch, Ron Harper Jr., Gonzalez, Shireman, even Walsh for a couple minutes. And then for the Dubs, Richard was really good, 17 points. Pods was right with 11. Gee started off terribly, 0-5, but ended up with 17. Gary was really good with 14. Pat, not a great game, 5 points. Melton with 18. Horford with 5, but I thought he was good. Moody with 11. We said Porzingis with 12, but Draymond didn't close the game out. Worst box plus minus with a negative 28, 0-7, 0-5 from 3, so going to need more from Dre. But hope you all did enjoy. Good to be back streaming. Unfortunately, not the result we would have been looking for, but yeah, unfortunately won't be able to stream the next game versus the Nuggets in a couple days' time, but I will be back in one of those games versus Memphis or the Pelicans on the road. I'm hoping to stream both of those, but I might only be able to stream that second Memphis game. But we'll wait and see. But thank you all for watching. And yeah, see you all in the next one. Stay safe. Much love. Go Dubs.